Oh, what's going on, everyone? So we're not back on the water. However, I've had a few questions about how I mount my trolling motor. So I have a motor from like maybe early 90s, heavy as hell, but it was free and it saves paddling. So what I'm going to show you guys today is how I mount my motor on a 2020 Bonafide SS127. So I've seen that there's the traditional bow and stern mount. However, there's also a pod in the Bonafide, and the motor I have happens to fit perfectly. So let me go ahead and show you the pod and how I get it mounted up. All right, so of course, in order for this to work, go ahead and remove your pod. So now we have the perfect gaping hole for the motor to slide into. Now I don't know if this works for all motors, however, this Minn Kota is pretty ancient, and this little bit happens to slide perfectly into the gap. This just slides straight into here. So, perfect size. Now the next bit I needed to fabricate was somewhere for the motor to clip onto, and I noticed the Bonafide has two rails that work perfectly. And at a hardware store, I just went and got, these are like toilet, keeps your toilet bolted down, and then these just screw off. Got these again at Lowe's. So this comes up through the wood, slides into your track, and then this gets it bolted down. So let me get that mocked up for you real quick. One thing to note, put these on the outside so that when you're screwing them down, you have more room to spread the pressure over instead of like putting a hole in the wood. Two washers. All right, now that that's on there, you can slide your motor in. And tighten her up. As you can see, she fits perfectly in there. I use my pedals to steer because I do have a rudder. So if you want to, you can always use this, you know, go left or right to make you move. However, the pedals work pretty good, so I just keep this static. And then I know you could run batteries back to the back, but I always just throw my battery in here, run the wires to the battery, good to go. So again, anytime you need to pull this up, if you're getting into low water, you can just slide with this bolt here. You just unscrew this and the whole thing comes up. So overall, a super easy, cheap, effective way to get a trolling motor on a SS127 without breaking the bank. And I also wanted to show you guys how I store my kayak pretty easy. As you can see, it's a pretty effective way to keep your nice kayak up in the air, out of the elements. I don't like keeping my kayaks outside. They get dirty, covered in ants. So if y'all have any more questions about the trolling motor or any of the other mods that have been done, just drop me a line. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all later.